Hello and welcome back to the channel. Jesus Christ, March was an outstanding and exhausting month. Literally every group in existence decided to have a comeback. And that can only mean that something big is coming in April. March was the month for women and it contained some of the best comebacks of the year already, officially signaling the start of a crazy year of K-pop that January and February promised in their build-up. Since a bajillion comebacks happened this month, I'm not able to talk about every single one of them in this video. If I've missed one and you want to hear my opinions on it, hit me up in the comment section below. Alrighty, let's get into reviewing this crazy month.
Here comes bad news.
My boy Hanbin finally got to debut. I'm so happy and proud of him. The song suits him so well and I'm so glad we get to see his beautiful smile again. It kind of sounds like your typical third-gen boy group song and it gives me some early 17 vibes and oddly some SF9 Mamma Mia vibes as well. For me, upbeat songs are either a hit or a miss cause it's not usually my jam. But I thoroughly enjoyed this one, though I don't think I would actively seek out the song or add it to my playlist. It's been a while since Yuhua have debuted a boy group and the last time they did it didn't go so well. But since then the company in Korea seems to be doing really well and their artists have become really big names. So hopefully these boys make it big soon. Is this not just Love So Sweet but with a different color palette and a more retro feel? Don't get me wrong though, the song is still gorgeous and their vocals and visuals are so on point. I mean, it's Cherry Bullet, so what do you expect? However, I do feel like that this is too safe of a song to come back with, especially after gaining so much momentum from Girls Planet. It's kind of disappointing to see them come back with a Love So Sweet 2.0 and I hate saying that cause Love in Space is such a good song. I wish they could return to their video game concept cause that to me made them stand out. The MV for this is pretty but it looks like a lot of MVs that I've seen before. Apink, GWSN and Oh My Girl are just a few names that came to mind when viewing it, but with a lower budget, which is upsetting since other FNC groups have such cinematic MVs. I don't want to end off this segment on a bad note cause the song is really good, but here's to hoping that they'll make another comeback this year. Of all of the groups in K-pop who I thought would switch up their concept this soon, Weeekly was at the bottom of my list. This is by far their best styling and MV ever. Venpera is a good song but it would probably sit in the middle of my ranking of Weeekly title tracks. I love the fact that they wanted to be bold with this comeback cause whenever an artist changes their sound or concept there is the possibility of old fans leaving. But I don't think that's the case here cause I've seen nothing but praise for this song. In my opinion, I think their take on the girl crush concept is a bit bland. It just looks like their team stitched together things that looked good in other girl crush releases. It's giving me a lot of ITZY Mafia in the morning, Blackpink Kill This Love and Luna So What and Paint the Town vibes. I'm looking forward to seeing if they continue with this darker concept cause they've executed it really well and we love to see groups' music evolutions. And I'm hoping that if they do continue with the concept that they put more of their own spin on it in the future. Lil update from me, like 2 weeks after writing this. This has become my second favorite Weekly title track, and given the pace that it's going I think it might dethrone After School for me soon.
Yeah, I'm Tomboy.
Blessed cursed, I have found your long lost sister. I-DLE has come back with a vengeance. They are out for blood with this release. Their confidence, boldness, cheekiness and savageness are all overflowing this comeback. I really cannot get enough of this song and I honestly wish that it was 5 minutes long. I loved the intermission bridge bit with the Barbie dolls. I just think that it's so unique and fitting with the lyrics and message of the song of subverting expectations. IDK if it's just me, but does anyone hear a bit of Bad Guy by Billie Eilish in the bass line? The choreography isn't difficult but it's one of the coolest routines I've seen and that's all thanks to the energy they radiate. Like yes girlies swear. Crotch grab. Stick it to the man. Do whatever you want cause I love it. I do wish that Soyeon went a bit harder with her verses but that's all saved for the other tracks on the album. Escape is my fave song BTW. I might be high on serotonin when I'm saying this, but this is their best era and my favorite of the month. It's seriously been too long since their last comeback and 2021 was a pretty shit year. I'm so glad they're back, but there's a small punch in my gut when I only see 5 of them now. And I just know for a fact that Seojin would have eaten this concept up. This was just too cute. I don't know what it is about Brave girls, but every time they release new music I cry tears of joy. They have yet to disappoint me with their comebacks. Every song has become a gem that I adore and treasure. It's your typical catchy Brave girls song, and I couldn't have asked for anything more, cause their signature style and sound isn't really heard that often anymore. I was not expecting them to make a comeback during Queendom filming, but I'm hoping that it'll work in their favor to get more people talking about them. I'm really looking forward to seeing how they'll go on the show, especially when it comes to collab stages and swapping songs with other groups.
Who are you looking for?
I love the confessional and chandelier sets the most. The whole concept is so deliciously sacrilegious and devilish. I love the vibe so much. The song is great, and this is a side that I love seeing from ASTRO. But I think it's just missing that little something, cause when I look at the MV and listen to the song I can imagine other artists singing it. I wish they could have pulled a Paranoia by Kang Daniel. Obviously not by making a carbon copy of the song, but by taking this spooky demon concept and really flesh it out and pull it apart in their own way. Cause at the moment the way they did it seems pretty basic and predictable to me. Song still slaps anyways. I'm not crying. That's just sweat coming out of my eyes. Part of me wishes that they could have done one last epic bop of a release, but the other half of me can't help but be head over heels for this. It's a look back at the bumpy road they had to navigate with each other for the last 7 years, and a beautiful melancholic goodbye. I honestly thought that they would have renewed their contracts but focus more on individual activities and maybe come back once a year or two. I don't really have anything else to say, cause I'm too depressed at the fact that they've disbanded. Thank you, new est. You'll be missed so dearly. Someone needs to give the stylist a goddamn raise. Holy moly, she looked so stunning in every fit. Every scene looked like it came straight out of the pages of an editorial. Solar is just dripping with charisma with this song. Her vocals are so rich and luxurious, and she even raps in it. I dunno why, but whenever the main vocalist of a group announces a solo comeback I always think that they are going to do a ballad. But then you have Solar, arguably one of the best vocalists in the industry. Puts out bops like Spit It Out and Honey. I still prefer Spit It Out at the moment, but I think Honey has the better music video for miles. So now that Solar has made a comeback and we had Moonbin and WEeekly come back in January. Ahwasa, when's the next song dropping? Yeah, this just isn't it for me. But it's totally fine if you like it. Like I said before, these kinds of songs are either a hit or a miss for me, but usually they've got a pretty low batting average. In all honesty, I don't think bright and upbeat concepts suit WEeekly the best. Cause like, think about it. 1, the 9 mainly did edgy and powerful songs in their short-lived run as a group. Then we have Donghan, who released some sexy ass songs as a soloist. And we had Yohan do songs like Flash and Dessert. All of these songs thrive off of their charisma and powerful energy. Something that you don't get from songs like Too Bad. In my opinion, I think this should have been a B-side. Some things that I do like about the release is just how goofy they are in the MV. Oh, and of course another great thing is Mr. Motherfucking Blonde Yoo Young-ha. I was so enthralled with this. From beginning to end my eyes were glued to the screen, cause the MV literally felt like a movie. It was so wild and badass. Everything I wanted was all there. The chorus at first caught me off guard, cause I was expecting them to explode with energy given the build up in the verses. I didn't think they would slow it down and make it feel more controlled. Usually I expect a Stray Kids chorus to go absolutely wild, but I like that they went a different route but still made it powerful. On first listen I didn't have any strong feelings for it, but after listening to the rest of the album and hearing the song here and there, it's somehow become a song that I can't live without these days. It's literally like a drug. The more I listen to it, the more I like it. Yes, I love seeing my little otter Shotaro being in the spotlight and getting his bag. My boy looks so fierce and expensive. He and the other dancers absolutely killed the performance, but I really wish that he was actually in the song. Not hating on Mark Hae-chan or Do Young. I just really want to see more of Shotaro and Sung-chan cause they've barely done anything with NCT music related. When I tell you Red Velvet is art, now I literally mean it. No one is doing it like them. Holy shit, how does SM continue to top their MVs and concepts? I thought that the antique witch shop aesthetic for their last comeback was super cool and original, but this is on a whole other level and I love it. It mixes elements of cottagecore, balletcore and dark royalty. A lover child of queendom and psycho, if you will. When listening to the song, I don't know whether to sit back and appreciate the beauty of the melody or to gracefully twerk along. Ghost 9 recently sampled Schubert's Elkönig in Control, and now Red Velvet have sampled Bach's Air on the G string. As a person who learned classical piano for over a decade, I'm loving this revival of an old trend. I wonder if we're going to see more of this cause groups like VIX and BTS have done it in the past, but no one's really done it since then. Off topic, but the beat of the verses sounds more like their B-sides or like an NCT title track. Something about it also reminds me of Dream's Hello Future. I was so bummed when their comeback got moved last month, but I'm glad the members have made a full recovery. I like how with this two-part album they chose to show the two sides of them. Gas Pedal showed their typical 4th gen loud music side, and Adrenaline gets to show their refreshing and youthful image. Not gonna lie, when I heard that the title track was named Adrenaline, I thought we were getting a Gas Pedal 2.0, but I was delightfully surprised that it wasn't the case. I'd say that this is easily Minhee and Taeyoung's era. They just seem so at home with the concept and stand out in a good way that make the performances so memorable. Adrenaline now ties with Flame as my favorite CRAVITY title track. It's got the perfect balance of rap and vocals, and I love the beat change at the end of the chorus. Everything about the song is so satisfying, and IDK if it makes sense, but it feels very full, like it's filled with so much substance. I was definitely not expecting them to do something this slow and gentle and groovy. Since it's part of the O series, I was expecting something like Trigger or Getaway. Something that's powerful and badass with heavy beat drops and insane movements throughout the song. O is so different to what they've ever done before. It just screams 3rd gen, and the MV kind of reminds me of Victon's Nostalgic Night. Also, the lyrics are so poetic and hit you right in the feels. I'd expect someone maybe like Woods to release a song like this, but it surprisingly still feels very. Another song of theirs that would match this in its vibe and simplicity would probably be Layback. But that one had more of a sinister vibe, whereas this is more melancholic and like a sad twerking kind of song. Very have done bright and cheery. They've nailed the quintessential 4th gen dark boy group concept, and now they've crushed it with R&B. It's early days and I probably am just being nostalgic for this sound, but I think O might potentially become my new favorite very title track. I know I say that after all of their comebacks, but these boys always manage to top themselves, so I can't help it. Also, side note, Jesus Christ, Yongsung's breathy high notes and body rolls. Oof, so please don't attack us with this deadly combo again. My heart can't take this anymore.
Scratch that, bring it back.
There's no argument over whether this is a good song or not. It's good. Vocals are there. Raps are fire. Dance moves are sickening. Visuals are out of this world. Oh, and the album is fantastic as always. I also like their control over the energy throughout the song, cause it goes from funky to hype to symphonic real quick. But the title track just isn't for me at the moment. Who knows? Maybe in a few months' time I'll change my tune about it. I'm not really a fan of the anti-drop in this song, but everything else I dig. Renjun and Hae-chan's parts in particular are my favorites. Speaking of which, I love how all of the members had their time to shine and it wasn't just one member carrying the song. Though like Maniac, after each listen I like it more and tend to focus more on the parts that I enjoy, which overshadow the things that I'm iffy with. I'm really looking forward to the repackaged album coming out in like a month or two, cause if their first album gave me any indication, I think I'll like the next comeback more than this one. You can always rely on Oh My Girl to look drop dead gorgeous in equally stunning MVs. I really wish that they could come back more than once a year cause their music always makes me feel happy. Mimi doesn't have many lines but her tone in this song is everything and the way she struts with that attitude has me seriously reconsidering my bias in the group. Sorry Binny. Real Love is slower in comparison to their other title tracks. If you like Red Velvet's With You then this is the song for you. Oh My Girl are basically known for their bright girly serotonin boost bops and this one on the other hand has a more retro slow dance feel to it, which makes it perfect for summer nights. I don't mind this change of pace cause I actually listen to songs like this regularly. In all honesty though I think this should have been a late summer comeback like maybe in August because of the vibe, and they should have done a song with a more spring feel for this comeback. I'm glad they've made a return to the sound they debuted with. This is the vibe that I've missed from them. It kind of sounds like if you mixed One Us's No Diggity and Esper's Savage together and I love it. Every single aspect of it. Their take on the witch concept has always intrigued me and I absolutely adored their story films that fleshed out their storyline. I love how they always incorporate their group name into the lyrics cause the way Swan says purple is back is so satisfying and badass. Speaking of Swan, her voice when she opens the second verse is insane and I've been wanting her to use it again since I first heard their debut album's intro. Even though I love this comeback to death, it currently ranks last in my ranking of Purple Kiss title tracks only because their previous ones are so deeply embedded into my heart. Also I do have a criticism for the song, but it's pretty much the same criticism I have for all of their title tracks, and that's the line distribution. I get that Gohan is the face and main vocalist of the group but please give the other members lines, especially Iradosi and Jian. I know that they often get cool ad-libs or the killing part but I really just want to hear more of their vocals.
Are you ready for it? Yeah, we came at a bar.
Oh lord, the way Muzin stares into the camera as the MV begins with that Joker green hair is too lethal. And the amount of center time he got in this. Good lord, it's a great day to be a Muzin bias. Also thank god they're back. I was getting so worried about them. This is how you make a comeback. This is my new favorite song of theirs. It left such a big impact on me and I can only hope that people are gonna wake up and realize how amazing this group is. I was worried over how they were going to top Loved You cause that was such an underrated bop that deserved so much more love than it got. But this just showed me I had nothing to worry about. Bay173 have experimented a lot with their sound every comeback, which I have to give high praise to, and surprisingly I think this is their best one yet. I say surprisingly because when you look at the members there's kind of like a 50-50 split with half of them having a more cool image while the other half are more cute. Oftentimes with 4th gen groups that have young members, when they do a dark and edgy concept it can feel forced and unnatural at times. So going into this release I was worried that the younger members weren't going to fit in with the concept, but Jesus Christ all of their energies matched so well with each other. I literally thought I was watching a completely different group. Especially Bit. I'm seriously so shocked at how well he presented himself. He looks like he's right in his element. I cannot praise them enough with this release. The vocals were so heavenly. Youngsia absolutely nailed his parts, and the choreography kicked ass. I also like that the song is more rap focused, given that Do-hyun and Jaemin are some of the best rappers in the game. Hashtag Trace is just proof of this. The MV, the hair, the makeup, the styling, everything was there and I couldn't have asked for more from them. But I would ask Pocket Doll for more than one comeback a year from them please. Yes, my boy Yoonsang is finally going to debut in a boy group. Recently I've reinvigorated my love for the 90s sound cause of ENHYPEN and I-DLE so this song is very much up my alley. I don't have much to say about it other than it's a whole funky vibe and a half which I think suits them a lot and gives me the impression that they are going to do something similar to early VERIVERY for their debut, which I'm really excited for. But I do have some things to say about their company. I'm not hating on the group when I say this because they are all incredibly talented young boys with big dreams and deserve all the best. But like what the hell brand new music? You only debuted BDC in 2020, and before that you debuted AB6 in 2018. AB6 at least had a pretty solid fan base when you debuted BDC, but that's not the case for BDC. So why debut yet another boy group? More specifically your third boy group in 4 years? I can only hope that this doesn't mean that they are going to retract their focus and support for BDC, cause it feels like they've only just started to tap into their potential. The Kings are back. I'm so happy to see their MV budget and music production improve with each release. It just warms my heart when a group from a small company with big ambitions climbs higher and higher every comeback. All of their music videos are impressive, but I especially like this one because they filmed outside with real landmarks. For all of their other music videos, excluding some scenes in Excalibur, they've been in a studio or have used a green screen. Which I gotta give props for creativity, but there's something about the natural landscape that truly makes you feel like you've traveled back in time or like you're living in a historical K-drama. In my personal ranking of their title tracks, I would put this above Black Crown but below Karma and Excalibur. The verses and the bridge were so ethereal and majestic along with the traditional instruments, but it was the chorus that let it down for me. It just doesn't live up to the hype of the verses, and I was expecting something more powerful and elegant since that's what they normally do. I'm really looking forward to their next comeback. Like, I literally cannot express my excitement for it enough cause it's giving me One Us Twilight vibes, and I absolutely love the French Rococo aesthetic. Alrighty then, that's the end of the video. Thank you for making it all the way to the end and sitting through my long ass fangirl rants. You'll get a gold star for participation. Until next time, stay groovy, stay safe, keep smiling. Love y'all. Bye bye.
Make this move on.